Okay, what the fuck is up, y'all? Let's go ahead and get into this collective reading for the full moon in Libra. Okay, listen. I'm trying to start doing more astrological videos. Cause this shit y'all may or may not care about, but I don't give a fuck because this is shit that y'all need to know. Okay, everybody only knows about Mercury retrograde, and I promise you there is more to life than just a Mercury retrograde. Like full moons and new moons, like this shit matters. It does. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into this. We have a full moon happening on March 28th. Okay, don't get me started on the time, child. It don't even matter because it's gonna be different everywhere, right? But those of y'all that don't know, you have a calendar year and then you have a zodiac year, right? Calendar year ends on December 31st. New year begins on January 1st. Whereas the zodiac year doesn't begin until, Aries season, right? So we just started a new astrological year, which is fucking crazy. Like, if you think about it, right? Every year when a new year turns a new year, you always still feel the energy of the last remaining of the last previous year up until a certain point, right? It's not until like March, April that you start settling into the new year and you're like, okay, things feel a little bit new, whatever. Yeah, and that's for a reason, right? So this is the first full moon of the new astrological year, making it feel like an extra special cosmic climax is worthy of celebrating. So, knowing how the March 2021 full moon will affect your zodiac sign is going to help you get in the lunar zone and make the most of it, right? So, March's full moon takes place in the diplomatic social sign of Libra. That said, this is a great illumination for examining the dynamics within your closest relationships and communicating openly about your interpersonal issues. Libra's energy inspires us to smooth over any disagreements, right? So pull out all of your tissues into the open and allow this full moon graceful energy guide you toward a resolution, right? Prepare for some big emotions to come out in love during this lunation, as the full moon will be in a friction-filled opposition aspect to love planet Venus and wounded healer Chiron, which could further emphasize the tensions within your close relationships. Focus on finding a middle path between your desires and other people's. Okay? So, let me go ahead and pull some energies, and then afterwards, we will get into each individual sign. So, overall, what do we have for Libra full moon energy for the collective? What do we have for Libra full moon for the collective? What do we have? Any messages for the collective? All right. So, conclusions are within reach. We have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Okay. So, some of you guys might, well, no, a lot of you guys might be feeling like it's the same old tired energy. Because see, with this full moon, a lot is coming up to surface, especially with my water signs. Listen, whatever emotions come up, just deal with it. And I'm gonna keep it honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I started feeling this energy earlier in the week. And the twin flame message I posted definitely had a lot to do with this energy as well, about revisiting old wounds and stuff like that. And for me personally, I had some family trauma stuff that I had to deal with. But even as far as this weekend, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was in my feelings a little bit because this Libra full moon is all about balance and anything in your life that's off kilter and you wanting to balance shit out. And so for me, it was just my relationships to people in general and wanting balance within that. So I've definitely already been feeling this energy. Let's see, what other messages do we have? Okay, what other messages do we have for the collective? Any other messages? Oh, okay. I'm gonna take them. So we have a personal issue reaches resolution. Show the world the real you. Don't let pride get in your way. And emotions are running high. Do you see how this is all about emotions? Do you see how this is all about emotions? Mind you, this is the only Libra full moon this year. So that's also intensifying every fucking thing. Okay? Every fucking thing. Everything. All right, so let's start clarifying this. So conclusions are within reach. Let's go ahead and clarify that message. Okay. Let's see. What do we have? So we have happy family and we have strategy. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you guys are breaking past generational curses, generational trauma, breaking past that, like a lot of you guys might feel like you do not have the support system or the love that it is that you need, right? And so this is all about strategizing how to have that in the future. For example, with me, there's a lot that y'all don't know about me, but I'm gonna just say my life has been filled with trauma, especially in regards to different things with family and whatnot. And so moving forward, especially being a divine feminine that is a divine counterpart, I'm making it apparent in myself to make sure that the new life that I step into and that I create, I utilize whatever tools from the past to make sure that I am not repeating the same cycle of karma. Like, I will not do that. And if you guys do some of the shit that I've been through, your mouth would be on the floor. And I just refuse. I refuse. Anything that I've been through, I'm using it as a tool because I'm in a place where I've healed. I'm in alignment. And so you really start thinking about life and how literally every single day people go out and create more life, more avenues with unresolved trauma. So many people get into a relationship and have a baby and their trauma isn't dealt with. Or so many people go and start a business and their trauma isn't dealt with. Or so many people go in and their trauma isn't dealt with. And then you see how it carries on. That's how these generational curses and whatnot continue to live on, because people just move through life ignorantly and unaware without dealing with this shit, and it just moves on and on. And so for me, I'm consciously making the effort to use what it is that I've learned to make sure that I don't make the same mistakes that were done to me, and that moving forward, I'm creating from a place of being healed and being in alignment. Because even though trauma is inevitable and you'll always go through shit, I want to make sure that I'm not adding to that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go and then create the same environments that I've worked so hard to get away from, because you literally see that happen every day. People will be a victim and then in turn make others victims, because, hurt people hurt people. And so this is you, conclusions being within reach. This is you strategizing essentially how to be happy and how to be happy within your relationships, whether it's in regards to family members, whether, and that could be, okay, I love you, but I'm setting boundaries. Hey, you can't talk to me like that. So as soon as you talk to me like that, guess what? I'm only popping up for holidays and you can kiss my ass until then. Or this could be like, you know what? I'm not like, we're never going to be cool. So you're out of my life forever. Or this could simply be saying, let's sit down, let's have a conversation. You do this, you treat me unfairly, whatever. I don't like this. And I hope y'all understand where I'm trying to go with this, right? Let's see what we have. What is a personal issue reaches resolution? Wow, I'm telling you, I can't make this shit up. A personal issue reaches resolution. We have healer of the ages and community. This is about your spiritual awakening, your spiritual growth, your spiritual ascension. But are you guys not seeing the theme? Happy family, strategy, healer of the ages, community. Conclusions are within reach. A personal issue reaches resolution. This is all about the way in which you relate to people that have hurt you. And you have to combat that. You have to. It's ridiculous at this point. Like, you can't just, and I don't care. I'm going to step on a few toes. I don't care. Take it how you want. But it's like, people have to start thinking about these things. You can't just wake up and say, I want to have a baby. You can't just wake up and say, I want to get married. You get on your shit before shit gets on you. Handle your shit before you involve somebody else in your shit. And then that's how generational trauma and shit starts, because we sweep shit under the rug. And it's 2021. It's gotten to a point where we swept so much shit under the rug that it's ridiculous at this point. And we have to combat this shit and end it now. Stop the fucking cycle before it keeps going on. Because the last thing anybody should want to do right now is walk into a new beginning with old baggage. I was just sitting down talking to my friend about this shit, and I've said this shit plenty of times before. When you're going to new heights, sometimes you have to reevaluate the baggage that you're carrying. Because guess what, baby? Where God is trying to take you on that plane, you need to get into alignment. So when I speak about alignment, I'm talking about the plane of your highest good, the plane of your highest soul, your highest vibration, your highest guides, your highest everything. And sometimes you're on that plane and you're wondering why you can't rise above and go even higher, or why the plane feels like it's stagnant and it's not going anywhere. Maybe it's because of everything that you're carrying. Whether this is people that you're holding on to, whether this is old emotional memories that you're holding on to, it's all attachments and it's all weighing you down. So yes, we keep talking about this shift that's fucking coming in, that we can all feel, that we know is coming. We've been talking about that for months. But guess what? You have to fucking do the work and chop out shit that is not necessary for you to bring with you, because it's holding you back, period. And it's unavoidable at this point. So get mad, get angry, get sad, cry, do whatever the fuck it is that you need to do, but you need to do it. Even if it's just a matter of you having a final say, a final goodbye to some shit that you thought you dealt with 12 years ago. Do it. Now is the time. So you might be suddenly finding yourself getting angry over the fact that you got an ice cream cone and your brother smacked that shit out of your hand when you were 8 years old. Something that seems so insignificant and something that happened so long ago, and you don't even realize how that one incident created a life full of trauma for you. Because in that moment where your brother smacked the ice cream out of your hand and smacked it onto the floor, you looked at that like, oh, that must be what love is. Because instantly things went back to normal. Your parents may not have reprimanded your brother for that. Maybe nothing ever happened. Maybe your brother didn't understand, because y'all were kids, how much that ice cream meant to you, how it lit up your day. But now you've gone through life looking at everything like that ice cream being smacked out of your hand. Like, it's okay for you to get so excited about something, and it's okay for somebody else to just come in and fuck shit up, because that's just life. That's what's going to happen. No, that's not what the fuck is going to happen. This is not the same fucking narrative that we've been telling ourselves for as long as we've been telling ourselves this fucking narrative. This is not a new fucking chapter in an old fucking book. This is a new fucking direction. This is a new movie. This is a new beginning. And before we can go into that new beginning, no matter how big or small, whatever comes up to you right now, whatever emotions, whatever problems, whatever may seem insignificant, just deal with that shit and kiss it goodbye once and for all. Because the blessings that are coming in, y'all don't even understand. You don't. Y'all don't even understand how beautiful these beginnings are. I can literally fucking taste it. But you can't be stubborn. You can't run away right now. Now is the time where you really have to boss up. You really got to pay attention to any and everything that's coming up. You have to. Because as this plane is trying to go higher and higher, if you refuse to let go of that baggage, if you refuse to give some of that baggage up and do away with it, guess what? Some of y'all, the whole plane is going to go fucking down. The whole fucking plane is going to go down. You, that baggage that you insist on holding on to, and the plane. Instead of y'all rising up, instead of you just getting rid of the baggage and y'all ascending into higher places, higher beginnings, higher whatever, that whole plane is going to go down. You, the baggage, and the plane. And everything attached to that plane. And baby, when that plane come crashing down, you better hope you survive the accident. And even if you do, guess what? Now you got your healing time. Now the plane is destroyed. So now we got to find another plane. And then even after once you've healed, we got to hope and pray that the opportunity is still there for you to fly again. Some of y'all aren't going to be so lucky. And some of y'all, it may take 20, 40, 30 years before you heal up or another plane arrives to take you higher again. Understand what I'm saying. Get on your shit before shit gets on you. Because energy does not motherfucking lie. And this shit is coming up for a fucking reason. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Okay, what messages do we have for the collective? What messages do we have for the collective? We have yes. Just say yes. Wow. We have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And we have Lumeria, creating heaven on earth is happening. Can't make this shit up. What is this answer to call? We have heartache and loss, and we have solitude. We also have conflict and defeat, and we have throat chakra. So we have heartache and loss, solitude, conflict and defeat, and throat chakra. This is about you speaking up for yourself. And so with this throat chakra energy, this is about you speaking up for your highest good. Some of you guys do need to sit down and have a conversation with someone. This is all about closure. Now, for me personally, I believe the only closure I motherfucking need is the one on top of their head. Okay? But for some of y'all, you do need to sit down with a person and resolve some issues. Some of y'all, this is love situations. Maybe somebody needs to come back and sit down with you and resolve shit. And it doesn't mean, oh, we about to be married. We about to be together. Oh, we about to... No, it's a once and for all. Let's figure this shit out. Others of you guys, it's just making peace with the thought. For some, it's going to be in the physical world. For others, it's mentally, emotionally. Getting that closure. Peace is what it's about. Let me get a protection message. Okay. We have exchanging gifts and we have time to go. So let's start off with exchanging gifts. So exchanging gifts. This is the law of giving and receiving. Weighing cost and determining value. Hold on now. Hold on now. Because y'all love to say, ooh, bitch, you better read them cards. And what do I always say? Baby, I don't read the cards read me. Because what the fuck does this book say? The law of giving and receiving. Currency, trade-offs. Weighing cost and determining value. What the fuck does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like removing baggage? Aligning the plane to bring it to a better weight so that you can ascend higher and not be brought. Okay. You're entering into a productive and enriching time where all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything that you need in order to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you have to put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. And you can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. But if you let fear guide your choices, you will deplete yourself or create an imbalance. Use your currency wisely. Be mindful of the value others bring to your life. Be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. And then you realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation where you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues that it asks of you. So if you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. And it's okay. God will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that Being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in victim mode, in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to a false sense of control. Let's take a look at time to go. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience this far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. Even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. So consider this as a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that's natural. As it doesn't have the map of your destiny, the soul does. God loves you. Trust that. And so now we're going to get into how it's going to affect each zodiac sign. I would say go over to Patreon where I would do the rest of this, but Chad, y'all got to get better with Patreon, y'all. Like, because some of y'all are paying and not, and it makes it hard to put out content over there. So please make sure y'all go over to patreon.com and sign up for that. Link in the description box. But this Libra full moon, let's talk more about it, right? So it's going to take place on March 28th at 2:48 p.m. Okay. And it's going to rise in the sign of Libra. Now, for water signs, the fact that this full moon takes place in an air sign, it makes it even more intense and emotional. In a literal sense, air doesn't mix so well with water. So when water is met with air, it tends to dry up and evaporate, right? So when air is met with water, it tends to feel suffocated and overwhelmed. So instead of coexisting peacefully, air and water tend to challenge each other and encourage each other to embrace a different set of skills and perspectives. So even though this full moon may bring up some uncomfortable themes for water signs, there's still going to be plenty of positive reinforcement to help make this experience as beautiful as possible. And the full moon will encourage deep-seated conflicts in your relationships as it to resurface as it forms an opposition with romantic Venus. However, this full moon will also form a harmonious trine with passionate Mars, committed Saturn, and the North Node of Destiny. So no matter how difficult this full moon may feel, the cosmos want you to be successful in the end. So let's start off with water signs. Cancers. Your personal life may leave you feeling overwhelmed. Okay. Lately, you've been focused on your career, on your public persona, and the way that you perceive as a professional. Staying true to your ambitions and working hard is never something to feel ashamed of. However, your private life requires just as much time and effort. So the full moon is bringing your attention over to what's waiting for you at home, Cancer. It's encouraging you to nurture your family dynamic with tender, loving care. And it's encouraging you to clean and organize your living space. Your heart wants to feel safe. Hold on, let me, because Chad, I'm trying to do two things at once. Your heart wants to feel safe, right? Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and pull the energy for y'all. What do we have for Cancers? Okay, so for Cancers, your message is to align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. Okay? Now, for Scorpios, your inner world is absorbing all of your attention. This full moon has the potential to be an incredibly healing experience. So healing isn't always as divine as it's made out to be. In fact, healing can be a messy, ugly, and overwhelming process. It starts with you acknowledging your pain and giving you a chance to actually feel whatever it is that you're feeling. And as you probably already know, feeling your emotions is not always easy. However, there's nothing more human than embracing the sadness and bittersweet energy that flows through your spirit. So Scorpio, your message is pillars of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Okay, it's time to believe in yourself. It's time to boss up. Pisces, you are embracing a process of release and renewal. This full moon may leave you feeling like something is coming to an end. It's going to call your attention to the way things are changing in your life, to the way natural cycles of life continue to flow. Sometimes an ending isn't as dramatic as a breakup or a job coming to an end. Sometimes an ending manifests itself as a commitment you're deciding to make. And sometimes it reveals itself as the moment you change your mind about something. Embrace the fact that this ending also means something new is about to begin. Pisces, your message. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? And you're already doing it. Stop overthinking it and keep facing your true north. Okay? Okay. Now let's move on. Aries, focus on your love life. Make sure you're striking a healthy balance between you and your partner's needs. Try to do more listening than talking, as you have a chance to understand things now from a different point of view. If you're single, this is an important time to get real about the dynamics within other close partnerships and nip any issues in the bud. And your energy is inner temple, devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. Leos, this is a busy and social full moon for you, Leo, and you will be making fun and flirty connections, right? Everywhere you turn. Sorry, I know these cards be flying everywhere. But this is going to be a busy and social moon for you, Leo. And you're going to be making fun and flirty connections everywhere you turn. So talk through any issues that arise within your relationships. However, with so many wires getting crossed, it'll be easy to feed into, the rumor mill unintentionally. So be aware of getting carried away with any gossip. And your message is Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Sagittarius. Under this full moon, you're likely going to find yourself analyzing the dynamics within any groups that you're a part of, whether that's your crew of friends, your colleagues at work, or your larger community. So you'll be able to easily spot issues and weak spots. So use your awareness to play the mediator and smooth over any issues. And your message is break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Earth signs. Taurus. This full moon is shining its spotlight on your routine. Have you found the balance between your work time and free time, or between your schedule and your freedom? Now is the time to evaluate whether your daily habits are supportive of your overall wellness and make adjustments as needed. Self-care means making sure all your needs are being met. And your message is Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth is happening. Virgos. Let's get luxurious. This full moon is shining a spotlight on your financial situation and inspiring you to balance your bank account, whether by saving or spending. If you've been on a shopping spree recently, now might be a time to buckle down and get frugal. But if you've been wise with your pennies, perhaps this is a cosmic sign that it's time to splurge on something indulgent. Matter of fact, let me switch it up. Something's telling me to switch it up. Let's switch it up. And your message that we have is fulfillment of wishes. Capricorns, let's get down to business, Capricorn. You've been deep in your feelings this week, but the full moon will shift your focus onto your professional life and help to boost your standing. Use your people skills to make a good impression on your bosses and form alliances with your colleagues. Your presence is powerful, and your talents will be on display for all to see. And your energy that we have is victory and success. And last but not least, air signs. Geminis, it's not just flowers that are blossoming. It's also your love life. If you're looking to bring some added romance into your current relationship or are on the market for a new one, now is a great time to plan a fun date night. The full moon is lighting up your playfulness and creativity, making sparks fly and putting hearts in your eyes. And the energy that you have is partnerships and alliances. Libra, the star of the show. Step in front of a mirror, Libra, because this lunation is all about you. Have you been paying enough attention to your needs, your wants, and your desires? There's been a lot of focus on relationships in your life lately, but now it's the time to prioritize yourself. Find your light and stay true to it, because if you can't be your authentic self, how will you show up for others? And your energy is emotional withdrawal, balance, and foundation and achievements. It's time for you to look at your foundation. If you feel as though you've been building something upon a rocky foundation, then maybe it's time to scrap the whole project and start all over. Okay? Last but not least, Aquarius. A constantly busy schedule makes it hard to pencil in time for some brand new endeavors, like taking a class or booking a vacation. But this lunation will inspire you to take charge of your aspirations, get spontaneous, and turn life into an adventure. Your large-scale dreams have value, Aquarius. Even at first, it doesn't seem like you have room to accomplish them in your everyday life. Make it happen. And your energy is balance. Okay? So I hope that all of y'all enjoyed this. This was definitely different. I have to do these a lot more. We have a new moon and a full moon every month. I love doing energy shift readings. I do. Because this is usually what I'm channeling, okay? And I love my channel readings more than I like the Zodiacs, to be honest, okay? If you don't know when I say channeling readings, what that means, it basically means like shit that I pick up with my gifts, like energy that I'm channeling. Like I can feel the shift. I know what's going on. I know that like, and it could really be anything. Anything can be an energy shift channeling video. But energy shift more so speaks to what's going on cosmically with the universe, okay, and how it affects you. But I definitely hope that y'all enjoyed this. Definitely go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to book you a personal reading. There's literally no one on the list right now. Okay, all the sessions should be done and sent out by now. There's no one on the list, so if you want to take advantage, go ahead. I'm only going to be taking limited amount of people from now on, okay? Because I got to conserve my energy and start focusing on my own fulfillment. So, if you want to get a personal reading done, go ahead. Information in the description box below. Please sign up for patreon.com/AligningsOuls for extended and exclusive tarot readings. And I love each and every one of y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. She's so fine. She's a dime. Titties, balls.